Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dani and today it's time for my end of year TBR/tag. And yes, I'm back. It's been a while since I filmed. We'll see how this goes, but I really appreciate you being here back with me in my videos. If this is your first video that you're watching and you like me and you want to see more content from me, remember to like and subscribe because it's going to help me a lot, because when you take a break from YouTube is not very nice to you, so I would really appreciate all the support in my return. Just for an update on why I took a break, I just wanted to. There's really nothing dramatic that happened. I was focusing a lot of other hobbies that was not reading for a little bit, like painting miniatures, for example. It's something that I started. So I just wanted to do other things that was not reading for some time. I was also playing video games quite a bit, so I just was not reading a lot and I wanted to take a break and focus on the other hobbies, and this is a hobby for me for sure, so now I wanted to come back. And I have videos scheduled for the rest of the year already. Well, not filmed, I planned the videos for the rest of the year, including for my birthday. My birthday is in less than a month. Last year I did a vlog in which I opened gifts, I answered questions and just went through my day in a vlog. Let me know if you would like me to do that again, because I can totally do that. I'm taking 3 days off for my birthday just to read and chill and relax, which is very much needed always. So that's it for introductions. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back and we can just keep doing this. Don't worry, the m&ms TBR will be back for December. I'm very excited for what it's going to bring to my reading for the last month of the year. But I do have plans, so that's why I wanted to do this video now, because we have like a month and a half left for the year, which is not a lot. So basically all the books that I might talk about here, I don't remember the questions so much, but they all might be just the books that I'm going to read for the rest of the year if the m&ms are nice to me on December, because I am excited to go back to the m&ms TBR and just see what it brings to me. If I can't read all the ones that I have planned, it's okay, because the year is ending, but like I can read stuff in January. It's fine. But let's do this. I have here the questions. This tag was created by Ariel Bassetti. I'm going to leave the link for her original tag in the description. So the first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I'm in the middle of the Bands of Mourning, but I'm gonna finish that today. I'm almost at the end. And I don't think there's anything that I'm in the middle of from this year anymore. I was in the middle of Rhythm of War for a long time, so the whole break that I took from YouTube, I was mostly just reading Rhythm of War. That's pretty much what happened. But I did finish it. So I think that's it. I guess Elantris, that's a book that I've stopped in the middle. When was it? It was a buddy read for the Discord, and I didn't finish it because I just couldn't read it at the time. But I do want to finish it. I don't know if it's going to be this year, because I'm reading a lot of Brandon Sanderson, just a lot of Cosmere books, and I thought I had a whole video about me trying to catch up to the Cosmere by the time that The Lost Metal comes out. I failed. I was successful for a lot of it, but I failed the entirety of it. Like, I couldn't read all of the books. I still have Elantris, I still have most of the Arcanum Unbounded, and that's pretty much it, because I'm finishing Bands of Mourning. So there's not a lot left, but I don't know if I want to focus on those things for the rest of the year. I'm for sure going to read The Secret History, Mr. Bourne, The Secret History, after I finish Bands of Mourning. But that's my plan. What was the question? Books that I started and I need to finish. Elantris. I don't know if I'm going to finish it this year, but it is a book that I started and I should finish. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I don't have a book that I read every year for that, but I did have some books that I put aside to read for the transition, because I think we're already very much almost in winter. By this point, it's going to snow this week, I think. So autumn, fall, it's kind of over already. But I did read House at the End of the Lake by Riley Sager, and I think that was the most autumnal thing that I read, which is not very autumnal. I read Babel, whatever you want to call it, but also it was not because I was transitioning to the end of the year, it's just it had come out, I wanted to read it. So I guess my answer would be no, I don't have a book. Because again, I was reading a lot of the Cosmere, which is not very autumnal. Next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? The Lost Metal. That's the one that I'm most excited for now that I'm finishing the second era. And the other one is Five Survive by Holly Jackson. She's the author of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which is one of my favorite first two books in a trilogy, because the last book was a 1-star for me, but the first two books were so good, so perfect, and Five Survive is a standalone, so I'm very, very excited for that. I pre-ordered. It's going to come out at the end of November. I'm hoping maybe I'll read it in the time that I set aside for my birthday week, but we'll see if I can fit that. But that's probably one that I'm going to read for sure. And Lost Metal I'm going to read for sure because I want to avoid spoilers. That's pretty much the only reason. Next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? And I guess it's counting not the ones that I already mentioned. One that I really want to read, I didn't do an m&ms TBR for November, but I made a TBR for myself. Legends and Lotties by Travis Baldree is on that TBR. I pre-ordered the physical copy and it arrived some time ago, but I'm hoping to read it really soon. What else? Spells for Forgetting is the buddy read for December for the Discord, so I'm going to read it for sure. My plan for the time that I took off for my birthday was to read the buddy read book on the day of my birthday, December 7th, so that's when I'm probably going to read this, but if not, I'm going to read Five Survive, because last year on my vlog I read the 3rd book on A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, so I would love to read Five Survive on my birthday again, the same author, but this is going to be read for sure. One that I also want to read for sure is, it's very long, the title, The Very Secret Society for Irregular Riches. I forgot the author's name, but I'll put an image here. It's a buddy read for Book Roast Patreon, which I'm part of, and I do want to read it, but I ordered it from Book Depository and I haven't received it yet. So hopefully by the end of the month I'll receive it and I'll read it. I don't think there's anything else like set in stone that I want for sure to read by the end of the year. So those are my 3. Is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Honestly, no. I don't think The Lost Metal is going to be better than other Brandon Sanderson books that I read this year, from the Stormlight Archive specifically. And I don't think Five Survive is going to be my favorite of the year, but it would be amazing if it was. And any of the other ones that I mentioned. But I don't think favorite, we won't get there, because those books would have to top Stormlight and Babel. I don't think that's gonna happen. And then the last question is, have you already started making reading plans for 2018? Oh no, I copied from the first time she did this, for 2023. Have I? I don't think so. I want to continue doing the m&ms TBR for sure. I really love it, and this time that I was more mood reading, I think I read less. And as much as like I had a book that I wanted to read, I'm not great at mood reading because I'm not a very decisive person. So if a game chooses for me the books that I'm going to read, that's perfect. Otherwise I just stare at my bookshelf for hours and like I want to read everything and I can't pick one. So that's one of my reading plans. I'm going to continue with the m&ms TBR. I think it's not really a goal or anything. I don't know if I'm gonna set goals. If you've been following me for a while, you know how roller coastery my goals were for this year. So I don't know if I'm gonna set specific goals. But one thing that I kind of want to for the next year is to focus more on adult fantasy and adult sci-fi. Those are my favorite genres, my favorite age range. And I read a lot of, I'll call it random books for like YA or middle grade that I enjoy, but they're rarely favorites. So like for sure I'm going to continue with my favorite middle grade and YA series. For middle grade, we have Amari, Nevermore, Keeper of the Lost Cities. Those are some of my favorite series of all time, being middle grade. But like starting new middle grade series, I might just slow it down a little bit, just to give me more time to read more adult fantasy and adult sci-fi. And I want to read more sci-fi. I want to read more series that I've been postponing for a long time. I have to finish, what's the name? Broken Earth trilogy. I only read the first one. It was amazing and I never continue. I'm gonna have to read the first one again. And I also want to read Poppy War. So those hopefully are plans for next year. And oh, I do have a very specific plan for next year, that I want to read Brandon Sanderson's new books as soon as they come out. So he's doing the Year of Sanderson, if you haven't heard. If not, he's basically releasing 4 new books next year, and it's this whole thing. And I I got the book, so I can, on January 1st, I believe we're going to receive the ebook for the first one. And I'm going to start it right away. Ebook and audiobook, I believe. That they're going to send both of them on January 1st, and then every 3 months we're going to get another one, and I do want to read those as soon as possible because he's one of my favorite authors and I don't want to get spoiled. So that's it for this tag. That's it for some of the books that I want to read for the rest of the year. There's not a lot of plans because I am going to let the M&ms choose my fate on December. And I hope you'll be here to watch. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss my m&ms TBR at the end of November. I'm going to film it next week actually already, which is going to be very exciting. I'm changing a few things on the board as well. Anyway, I'll see you there if you stay here with me. By the way, I hope you liked this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye!